Have you ever wondered why there's a whole chapter in the Bible about skin diseases? It might sound strange at first, but there's a fascinating reason behind it. One that goes way beyond just medical advice. Leviticus 13 might seem like an odd read, but it's packed with wisdom for Bible learners like me and you. This chapter is a window into how ancient people understood health, community, and even their relationship with God. Let's break it down and see what's really going on in this ancient text. God gave Moses and Aaron a set of super detailed instructions to protect the Israelites. Not just physically, but spiritually too. These weren't just random rules, they were designed to keep the community safe and to teach deeper lessons about purity and holiness. Whenever someone found a swelling, a rash, or a shiny spot on their skin, the Lord said, "Go to the priest." Imagine the anxiety of discovering a strange mark, and knowing you had to be examined in front of everyone. The priest wasn't just a spiritual leader, he was like a doctor, and a judge rolled into one. Here's how it worked. The priest had to carefully inspect the person, looking for specific signs that might mean something serious. If the spot looked like leprosy, the priest declared the person unclean. This wasn't just about health, it was about keeping the whole camp pure and safe from harm. That meant the person had to live outside the camp for a while. They were separated from family, friends, and daily life, which must have been incredibly difficult and lonely. It sounds harsh, but back then, it was the only way to keep diseases from spreading. There were no hospitals or modern medicine, so isolation was the best defense against an outbreak. If the priest wasn't sure, he isolated the person for 7 days. This waiting period gave time for the disease to show itself more clearly, and for the person to rest and reflect. After that, he checked again. The priest's job was to make sure no one was wrongly excluded, but also to protect everyone else. If the disease was spreading, the person was still unclean. They had to remain outside the camp, sometimes for weeks or even months, until they healed, or the disease stopped spreading. But if it was healing, or not spreading, the priest could welcome them back as clean. This was a moment of joy and relief, as the person could rejoin their loved ones and community. It wasn't just about people either. The laws even covered clothing and fabrics, because mold and mildew could also spread sickness. The priests also checked clothing for any signs of disease or mold. If a garment was contaminated, it could put the whole household at risk. If they found it, the clothing was burned, no second chances. This might seem extreme, but it was a way to stop the spread of invisible threats. Sounds pretty intense, right? But again, this was to stop contamination and protect the whole community. Everyone's health depended on these careful checks and tough decisions. Now you might wonder, what does any of this have to do with us today? Why should we care about ancient rules for skin diseases and moldy clothes? Well, back then, these rules protected people from sickness. They were practical, but they also taught the Israelites about the importance of being set apart and living differently from the nations around them. But on a deeper level, they were a symbol. The physical act of being declared clean or unclean pointed to a spiritual reality about sin and purity. Sin, like leprosy, can start small, but it spreads and defiles everything it touches. It can separate us from others and from God, just like leprosy separated people from their community. Only the priest could declare someone clean. This shows us that we can't fix our deepest problems on our own. We need help from someone greater. In the same way, only God can truly cleanse our hearts. He's the one who can heal us, forgive us, and bring us back into relationship with Him and with others. So when I read Leviticus 13, I don't just see weird old rules. I see a picture of God's care for His people, and a reminder that He wants to protect us, body and soul. These ancient laws point us to the greater healing and restoration that God offers. And just like those ancient Israelites, I need to come to God, let Him search my heart, and trust Him to make me clean. It's a daily choice to let God's wisdom guide me and to seek His healing in every part of my life. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, follow, like, share, and comment below. Let's spread the word and encourage each other to dig deeper into the Bible. Let's keep growing in God's Word together. See you next time. #Bible Story TV.